Hi and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time stopping by. Today's video is actually part 2 of my Clean and Organize with Me series. I will link the first video here for you. Today we're focusing on my son Jamie's room. I'm going through his cupboard to make sure that everything fits him. Anything that doesn't fit either goes into storage or goes into his baby brother's cupboard. And I'm also just going to give his room a little mini makeover because he says he's into superheroes now. If that sounds like something you'd enjoy, just stick around.
Jump into the car on a Friday night, I wanna drive with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town, I've never seen a sky so blue. We don't ever play it and the night is young, it doesn't matter what we do, there ain't nobody like.
So I actually replaced these sheets about 3 days ago, so it isn't dirty. I'm just going to replace the duvet cover and then put on the matching pillow covers just to complete the look of this mini makeover for him. And we're also just going to put up some shelves that he can decorate because he does love decorating, and I just thought if I give him a dedicated space where he can put whatever it is that he wants to put out, that would be helpful. And we're also just going to put up a couple of hooks so that I can hang out all the superhero dress-up outfits that we have in the house. At the moment, they are in the cupboard, so it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. And I do know that they do love playing with it whenever they remember that it's there. So I thought, let's just put it on the wall because there is quite a big open wall in his room.
You look so beautiful, and I'm so lucky to be yours. And you're taking me high.
Now, I'm definitely not one for ironing. To be honest, if something needs ironing, I tend to not buy it if I can avoid it. So I did want to recommend this Lenore crease releaser. It really does work. Please say I'm not the only one, but sometimes in the mornings when the kids come down and their school shirts are creased, I literally spray them with that, pull it, and it does get rid of 80% of the creases. It's not perfect, but it is a lot better than it would have been had I just done nothing. So maybe just try that out. A little tip, do not spray it anywhere onto hard floor surfaces because it does make the floor a complete ice ring. I'm also just replacing his bedside tables. The old ones are very sort of pretty, and it has sort of rose handles on it, which doesn't really go with the rest of his room. So these are just quite cheap and cheerful ones from IKEA. I believe they were £15 each. And I think that's just perfect for a kid's room because I'm hoping my kids aren't the only one, but they do tend to ruin furniture. I don't know what it is, but everything gets chipped, a drink gets spilled and it lifts up. So I just bought those and I think they're absolutely perfect. We're also putting together this it's a paper dispenser for them to draw on. That's also from IKEA. That I'm just putting together here with my husband, and we're going to leave that out for him so that he can sketch as well.
I've been all around the world, every city, every place, always been a restless girl, but now there's a wind of change. I've never ever felt this way. Longing for you, pick up the phone, catching a flight, I'm coming home, back to the place I've always known. Home, home, seeing you soon, I gotta run. We're gonna have a lot of fun and spending this summer alone. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. You were only like a friend, till we met the other day. Didn't want the night to end, and now there's a wind of change. I've never ever felt this way. You're stuck inside my mind, deep inside my mind. I think that now's the time. Longing for you, pick up the phone, catching a flight, I'm coming home, back to the place I've always known. Home, home, seeing you soon, I gotta run. We're gonna have a lot of fun and spending this summer alone. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. we're chillin', I just, you and I. Every crazy summer night, baby, I am coming home. I'm coming home. Longing for you, pick up the phone, catching the phone.
Now, because we drilled some holes in the wall and didn't use the little trick of holding the hoover there while we were doing it, there is a little bit of mess on the floor. So I'm just going to quickly take the vacuum cleaner out, make sure to hoover the skirting boards as well as the carpet, just to make it nice and clean for him, so that the whole room is actually completed, and I feel like it's completed as well. Just going to quickly run around with that, and then we can move on to hanging up his superhero outfits for him.
Better turn up. You better be there when I shake. Watch me rockin' if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch me, baby.
Now that the fun bit of decorating his room is all done, we're going to move on to his cupboard. I don't actually think this cupboard is that messy, considering that I haven't really organized it in about 6 months, and we're talking a 3-4-year-old getting dressed in here every single day. So I think he's actually done a pretty good job. So again, I'm going to go through every single item, check the size of the item. If it is still his size, I'm going to fold it up and put it back into his cupboard in an organized way. And if it's not, we're going to put it in a pile and then go through it again to check whether it can go into Aiden's room or whether I need to put it into storage depending on the size of the item. Again, there was a couple of shockers in here. I thought this one was bad at 18 to 24 months, but then I found another one which was at 6 to 9 months. The shocking bit is, although it is on the tight side, he can get into that, so I'm not quite sure what that says. But we're going to go through all the items and just make sure that everything actually fits him and that he will be comfortable in all these clothes.
They were in high school when they met, and things got kinda awkward. With sparks in the air, he would stare at her in class, and she would try to act cool. But it was obvious, like, ooh, they would be together, ooh. One day she said, write me a love song, 'cause I know you'll make it beautiful. And maybe I'll call you my sweetheart, and promise nobody can steal me away. Then I am yours, 'cause I want you, and I wanted you to know. He looked at her and then he smiled, picked up a pen and paper, started writing. Probably something about her eyes and how they're always shining, or something cliche like ooh. Baby, I only want you. It's true. And then he said, I wrote you a love song, and I tried to make it beautiful. It's a song about your sweet, sweetheart, and how nobody can steal me away. Yeah, I am yours, 'cause I want you, and I wanted you to know. As he sang, she started to dance, grabbed his arm and took his hand. He held her close under the moonlight as they kept on dancing.
So we're just finishing off with these pajamas, which was the last little bit. And what I tend to do is I fold the trousers or the bottoms inside of the top, and then I fold that all together so it's kind of one parcel that you pick up when they're ready for bed, and it just makes it easier, and I think it looks nice and organized. I also have baskets there for his school socks, his normal socks, and then his pants, because again, baskets work for us. That's the pile of clothing that we actually got rid of. So there's quite a lot of things that didn't fit him anymore. And here's just a quick overview of all the clothes that I took out of Jamie's room as well as Liam's room that I now need to go through to either put into storage or move it into Aiden's room. So again, we need to go through all of these. Some of them I take out as and when I notice it during the course of the year. So I have that sort of decorative basket that is in the baby's room, and as I see something that no longer fits, I just chuck it in there, and it sort of accumulates over time, and then when that's full, I sit down one day, spend half an hour and go through all of it. So what I tend to do is I have these baskets in my garage that I will label with the different sizes. So I'm going through it and making all the piles. So I'll have a pile for 2 to 3, which will go into storage because the baby is currently 16 months old. So anything that's 18 to 24 months, I will be putting in his cupboard. 2 to 3 will go in a storage box. Again, 3 to 4 will go in a storage box, but 4 to 5 will go into Jamie's cupboard, and then 5 to 6 will go into storage again. When the kids then go into the next size, I obviously go to the garage first, get that box out, see what we have in there, and then I complete outfits if necessary.
I just wanna hold you. I just wanna look into your eyes and tell you that I want you. You know you make me feel so alive. Can't stop thinking about you day and night. Love it when you kiss me, love it when we touch. Every time I'm down here, you make me smile. You're the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution. Everything I needed. I never thought I'd meet someone like you. You know you are the reason. The reason why I feel like I can fly. Thinking about you day and night. I love it when you kiss me, love it when we touch. Every time I'm down here, you make me smile. You're the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution.
Now, going through the kids' cupboards to go through all their clothes always seemed like a mountain in front of me. But once I actually sit down and I start doing it, it really isn't that bad. Sometimes you just need to break these big tasks down into smaller bite-sized pieces. So instead of saying to myself, I need to go through 3 cupboards and go through all of the clothing, I kind of just say, okay, well, I'm going to go through 1 cupboard or 1 drawer even, and that's going to take me 5 to 10 minutes. And then sometimes that motivates me to do the next drawer straight away. Or sometimes, you know what, I'll say I'm going to do 1 drawer a day, and it's going to take me a week, and that is also okay. This bit actually is the biggest part. So once I've gone through all the cupboards and take everything out, to go through it again, to put it into the different storage boxes or putting it back into the boys' cupboards, always seems like a massive task. But you know what? Once I sat down and I did it, it only took about 25 to 30 minutes. And I can put a TV program on and actually use it as a little bit of a me time as well. So maybe just think of these big tasks, and instead of thinking about the massive thing that you have to do, just break it down into smaller bite-sized pieces. You don't have to do the whole cupboard. You can just do one drawer or one basket. And soon these little things that you do add up and creates massive change.
Just wanna look into your eyes. You know you make me feel like I'm alive. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are. You are the solution. You are the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are.
So after all that organizing, I have 3 full containers of clothing that can go into storage for when the boys are a bit bigger. I have 1 massive laundry basket that is overflowing with clothes for Aiden, so he definitely shouldn't really need anything for the next 6 months, and just a couple of bits that I'm going to go put back into Jamie's room that came out of Liam's cupboard. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button below. It really does help my channel out so much, and it's completely free and entirely up to you. With all that said, I really hope to see you in my next one. Bye! What do you think? For you to play with, what do you think? Yeah, what do you think? Do you like it? Did you see your bedding?